Module Shtaim Nikud Arba. By the time you've finished studying this module, you'll be able to describe where an object is in relation to things around it. Is it on the table? Is it in the water? And so forth. As usual, let's begin by turning our attention to these important milim la'anot. Please don't miss the note that's located directly under the milim la'anot heading, directing your attention to segment Shtaim Nikud Arba Nikud Aleph, where you will find additional very important words, prepositions. In case you are wondering what that word list will look like, here is Shtaim Nikud Arba Nikud Aleph. And by scrolling down a bit, soon we'll come to the additional milim la'anot segment. We won't take time to walk through these words just now, but please make mental note that in addition to the milim la'anot found at the outset of this module, you'll need to also learn these very basic and commonly occurring prepositions. Let's go back now to the head of this module and the original milim la'anot list. Acharei, acharei, asher, asher, b, al, sim, simi, sim, simi. Before moving on to the words listed as milim lishmoa, it will be worth exploring the two footnotes associated with this last entry. Note A gives us further information about the imperative form simi. At issue here is whether the word simi should be spelled with two yods or only with one. The more complete spelling would call for two yods, and so that's how the word is being introduced to you. This complete spelling goes by the title plene, or full spelling. But we wish to acknowledge that this form sometimes occurs in the Hebrew Bible. You can see a reference to Jeremiah 31:21, where it's spelled with only one yod, yet it's exactly the same word. Such a spelling is known as a defective spelling. You do not need to expend a great deal of energy distinguishing these. Just know that periodically it shows up. If you're a native English speaker, you might want to compare this to the fact that the word color, if written from a British English point of view, is spelled C-O-L-O-U-R, whereas in American English it's spelled with one less letter, C-O-L-O-R. Correspondingly, we might wish to categorize the British spelling as the plane, the full spelling, and the American spelling as a defective spelling. That may be a useful analogy for what we encounter in both legitimate forms within the collection of Hebrew Bible writing. Next, please note the shoresh, the root, for that same verb entry. The shoresh consisting of sin, and then vav/yod, and mem. This is still a basic three-letter or triliteral root. We call these roots a shoresh. This is still a basic triliteral shoresh. However, there are certain letters which serve as variable letters. That's the implication of the vav/yod. These may occur as a middle letter, as in this example, or as you see in the note, variable letters may occur as the third letter of the shoresh, as in the example shin, tav, and then yod/hey. The verb there is to drink. Don't be surprised when you encounter a new shoresh, which includes a variable letter. Simply grow accustomed to it. This will actually help you because what it means is at times the middle radical slot will appear in this verb as a vav, and at other times you will find a yod occupying that middle slot. If you are already prepared for that eventuality, then it won't throw you, it won't surprise you. Some may wonder, well, how can I predict which it will be? Don't worry about that at this point. Just know that it can happen and then learn each form as it comes. knowing that it's within a legitimate range of possibility. Now let's turn our attention to milim lishmoa. Uchal, uchal, bo, bowie, bo, bowie, latate, latate. Let's explore the note that's associated with the entry latate. You'll see that after the English definition to give, there's the code INFC and then PREP. As indicated in the note, this stands for infinitive, construct, and a preposition. Infinitive, construct, and a preposition. It's important to know that the word latate in English would be separated into two words, an infinitive on the one hand, and then a separate word in English, which would be the preposition. The infinitive consists of tate and the preposition, the lamed. If you're curious, what is this infinitive construct? It's indicated in the note. For the time being, all that's useful to know is this is the kind of infinitive in Hebrew which can accept a prefixed preposition, as you see it here, lamed plus tate. Translation, to give. Sho'el, sho'el. Please observe the note associated with the word sho'el. Notice that following the English translation, one who is asking, we have the italicized abbreviation PT. This stands for participle, and then also MS, masculine singular, indicating this is the masculine singular form of the participle. As suggested in the note, a helpful beginning point for translating a Hebrew participle is to think of it as a person who is engaged in the given activity. Here the activity is asking, so we would begin by translating this, a person who is asking. It's masculine, so we could say a man or a boy who is asking. Later on we'll encounter more of the feminine participles. You've encountered some already. In such a case, it would be a woman who is asking. Incidentally, did you notice that above the sheen letter, there's not one dot, but two? Please explore that same note in order to decode what's going on with this script. Shave, shavi, shave, shavi. Yevarechecha Adonai, Yevarechecha Adonai. Feminine form. Yevarechech Adonai, Yevarechech Adonai.